This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by HostGator. Get 30% off hosting with code MMA. WorldOfWatches.com. Save $10 off 90 with code MMAY10. Defense Soap. Get 15% off your order with code MMA Nuts. Woo! Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 234.
234!
My name is Ingo Weigold.
Matt Griffith, the MMA show by my fans, for my fans, where we walk the line between serious and ridiculous. What's happening?
Not much.
Sausages.
I feel like the weather's fucking with us. It's hot,
How so?
It's cold, then it's rainy, then it's freezing. It's like, you know, we've had 70-degree days a couple times this week, and then all of a sudden now it's like cold again. It's raining, thundering, storming.
Yeah, it was so crazy. I had a fucking turtle in my front yard. I forgot.
Yes.
I should post it. We're not anywhere near where a turtle should be in my front yard, and there's a fucking turtle bigger than a goddamn softball.
Well, oh, like a softball? I couldn't tell from the picture.
Oh, it was like yay big.
Nice. Snapping turtle?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I just, when I went to grab him, he turtled. And,
They put him in that pond over there
yeah.
that you drive
Yep.
by?
Yeah,
Okay.
we took him over there. I let him go. It was weird because you pick him up, he's like trying to claw me. He's trying to swim away.
There we go.
Like, dude, I'm just trying to set you free. Just quit being a bitch and hit
Even
me
when
with
he's
your
scared, he's
nail.
like in slow motion.
Yeah.
This is a turtle.
I showed him to my dog. My dog's like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah. Probably try to bite him.
Well, I had to keep her on the other side of the
yeah.
gate, or otherwise I wasn't gonna.
That's weird. Turtle all the way. Maybe someone's pet?
No, he was pretty scratched up and dirty.
Okay.
So I figured, it's not someone's pet. And if it is, well, he's free now.
Yes.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Like Spike Lee?
Yes.
Do the right thing?
That's right.
Well, that's about it. I feel like there's a lot to discuss on the show, and we
Is
should
there?
probably get into it. Yes.
Should we start with some news?
Yes.
Did you
news,
know
please.
the news? We are brought to you by our new sponsor,
What's that?
Dollar Shave Club.
Oh, no. What about them, Matt?
You can get fucking razors and go.
Razors?
There's no bullshit. They have high quality ones. Check it out.
Oh, nice. 2 different handles.
If I only had blades.
multiple blades. You have blades.
Oh, I do.
Blades of steel. Dollar Shave Club. So what happens? You sign up for razors. They send them
Jesus.
to you every month, kind of thing.
That's right.
Okay.
You spend $3, $6, or $9.
Cheap.
There's 4. There's 2 blades on one of them. There's 4 on another, and there's 6 on another one. I got a question for you.
Yes.
Would that be safe to shave my balls if I go, is more razor blades per blade safer on my nutsack?
I don't think so.
You think
more
that's the
blades are-
danger?
Yeah.
So I
more
should go with
surface area.
less?
Less is best.
Less is more.
Less.
When it comes to your balls.
I don't know about this shaving thing. You should go see a professional. I think it's dangerous.
I shouldn't do that?
No. You know what, though?
What?
I want to say this.
Yeah.
They don't only do razors, because you gave me a box with all the shit in it, right? So
Yes.
I tried their hair stuff, which is pretty interesting. They have different styles of hair stuff. I didn't realize they were different. I thought they were all
That's
the
right.
same. So like one day I'm a little like firm, and the other day I'm like all frizzy.
Like 3/4.
3/4.
It's like I got a semi going on.
And then they have these things which are like, they call them one wipe Charlies, for, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Here
For
we go.
use after said, duties you do. Like,
Yes.
all guys are, you can read the paper, whatever you do in there. But let me warn you, because I
What?
didn't read the packaging, and they are peppermint flavored. So as I'm leaving the facility, I'm like going, oh, fuck, am I allergic to this shit? What is going on? Like, I'm kind of like a little uncomfortable. And then I go back and check the thing, and, oh, yeah, peppermint. Good idea.
You need peppermint
feels
on
kinda-
your
feels
fucking
kinda-
asshole.
It feels kind of nice.
Sweet.
So what do they got to do? Go to
dollarshaveclub.com/MMANuts. Get some razors. Buy some fucking razors. Shave your balls.
That's funny. MMA nuts, like razor nuts.
Yes.
Interesting.
See?
We need to change our logo.
Trendsetters.
The nuts have razors and shaving each other.
That's right. That's what it's all about. I don't know about that, but anyway,
Sorry.
moving right along. Since the beginning of the end, this UFC Reebok deal,
You know what?
I feel like something's in the works here.
Seems like.
Should we lay out what the plan was? I have the details here.
Please.
Last week when we talked about it, we thought it was pretty blasphemous.
Yes.
But it's even more blasphemous when we have the real numbers that are actually less than last week. So one to
They got
5
lower.
fights.
Okay.
1 to 5 fights, $2,500. 6
Wow.
to 10, $5,000. 11 to 15, $10,000. 16 to 20, 15,000. 21 and above, 20,000. Title challenger, 30,000. The champion, 40,000. So, you know,
only one fight. Holy fuck! How many guys qualify
I
for
think
that?
it's
Like
only
two?
3, and I forgot who the people were.
Probably Faber is one.
Fuck, who was it?
Jorgensen.
Tebow. Wilson Tebow.
Bison
He's been
Tebow?
forever. He's one of the guys.
Do they count WEC days too?
They should. I don't know
that's
if
what
they
I'm thinking.
will.
Like some of those guys.
Because you should count WC, you should count Strikeforce, you should count Pride. Anyone that the UFC has purchased,
Nice.
those fights should count.
But they probably don't.
Well,
this is like what the
fucking,
fuck.
they're just trying to fuck everybody.
Yeah. This is not a lot of money for a sole sponsorship. I would imagine a guy that's resourceful could easily get more than that, even at the lower levels if it was going to be televised, right?
Mhm.
Couldn't you sell like, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
$2,500.
And you can sell anything. People will pay money.
Yes.
Fact.
True. Yes.
So why does the UFC wait 3 weeks before the policy goes into effect to tell the fighters what they're going to be making or what they're not going to be making?
Well, because there's no time to dispute it. You just give us,
hey.
just to let you know, tomorrow, change of policy. Yeah.
So is it a shock when you see the reaction from fighters then? It's
No.
pretty...
As expected. Some guys are happy, though, it seems like.
I saw one, I think it was Jorgensen. Scott Jorgensen was happy. Maybe 2 that were legitimately happy. Everybody else out there from... Shit, you go down the line. It was Brendan Schaub,
Mitrione.
Tim Kennedy.
Tim Kennedy. Oh, well, yeah. Tim Kennedy's been very outspoken lately.
I think he wants to fight for Bellator. But it's just... I don't know. I'm trying to think. What is the UFC doing? Are they just so desperate for money right now that they're just, however we can get money in, fuck it, we'll take it from the fighters? And it's really unfortunate because I read the contract. I went back and found Eddie Alvarez's 2012 contract.
Is he still in the UFC?
Yeah,
Okay.
his UFC contract.
Okay.
Because remember when there was that issue between him and Bellator, it became public?
Yep.
And I wanted to see if there was a clause in there because it sounded like bullshit and not even legal that they can force them to wear this. And there's actually something in there that says, notwithstanding the foregoing, Zuffa shall have the right to include any advertising or other informational material of Zuffa sponsors, or other entities designated by Zuffa on the trunks, gloves, robes, shoes, regalia, or any other part of the costume. I didn't know they were costumed. Of fighter or any of the fighter's affiliates during or at any bouts, pre-bout events, or post-bout events. So pretty much they're already covered from a legal standpoint in an old contract. But
shit that probably people don't read into because it's been one way so long.
It's like a 22-page contract too. I'm
sure.
fucking trying to find. I just had to type sponsor and like sponsor to find this little excerpt. But the other interesting thing that they said is that if the UFC does a one-off, so say Monster Energy wants to sponsor fighters for an event, that logo will go on the shorts along with Reebok. But the fighters will not get any money from it.
Whoa.
On top of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they going to start paying them a lot more? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Not via bonus, but just base salary?
No.
No? Are they getting like a base salary to be a fighter?
No.
Yeah, maybe they should. That would be it. Wouldn't that be something?
Just a salary? You don't even get paid per fight?
No, like you'll have a base, right?
Base!
Base.
How low can you go?
No, like, so, because a lot of these guys keep saying they can't make a living off fighting, right? So, okay, if there was a base salary that allowed you to make a living, say you hit a certain level of like UFC notoriety where you're making X dollars, they give you a base, you know, to kind of build you up so that you can actually train until you get there.
Well, it's like a team takedown scenario, but the UFC is giving you the base.
Yeah, like they invest in the lower tiers to try to build up their brand for them to. I don't know. I'm thinking that's what they're doing, right? Because they wouldn't be evil giant corporation fucking everything in sight, right?
Well, I mean, this goes hand in hand with the other thing that I just read today about the UFC Fan Expo, that Reebok is now the only apparel company that is allowed to be there. and Muscle Farm is the only supplement company that's allowed to
Wow.
be there.
Interesting.
So Fight Chicks, they basically told them to go fuck themselves. You cannot be here anymore. So it's kind of weird because you also look at all these brands and all these sponsors that have supported the UFC since the beginning, and now the UFC is basically just going fuck you to everybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
fuck you, pay me.
right, it almost is. It's like they're begging to get sued, and they're begging for a fighter union.
Why? What? Why would they?
I don't know why, but
They
did you
need
say Nate Quarry is talking about starting a fighter union?
Yeah, he's been talking about it, I think, for some time now, but I think it's getting serious. Like, he really wants to do it. And he had some very strong words regarding this contract. If you just Google, like, Nate Quarry recently, or go to his Twitter, I think he put it up there. There's a huge wall of text that you can read. Very interesting perspective from that guy on what's happening, you know? And he's more along the lines of, like, a Tim Kennedy. Or, it seems like these, like, guys who are really against it are the really intelligent, like, guys who are just kind of business sense is there, you know? And I don't know how to take Chael Sonnen. Like, is he serious? Is he not serious? What
did he say?
Well, he seems like, oh, the guys should have never had a chance to have the logos themselves anyway. No other sport has that. You can't walk around and put shit on your uniform in other sports. But
see, here's the problem. It's not a fucking team sport. It's an individual sport.
Correct.
And these guys aren't even fucking employees. They're independent contractors. So this whole thing is a clusterfuck in my book. And when we talk about how do you kill the UFC, well, here's a good path. Put on more events and you have fighters to make good cards for, where if one fighter gets injured, you have the possibility of having to cancel the whole card. You have this drug testing where you have the Elliot Ness of drug testing coming in, who's going to do everything and anything, possibly illegal, to find out if you're doing drugs or not. And then this Reebok stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, and then when all this kicks in, here we go with vanilla UFC. No flavor, no nothing. Reebok the only brand. And you're starting to see a little bit of backlash against Reebok right now. And I think in this last event, people were booing when someone was thanking Reebok.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is a little far-reaching because it may have the opposite effect of what Reebok thought going in. Like, hey, we're doing a great thing. You know, we're going to sponsor it. We're going to be a uniform. But now everyone's turning on you, and it may actually hurt you. So you pay all this money out, you sponsor all these fighters, and then no one's going to buy anything. And we kind of saw a little of that.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't make any sense. But what if the UFC didn't even tell them what the fuck they were going to do? Like, maybe it was just, like, done another way. They only told them the good stuff and left out, like, yeah, we're fucking all the fighters over. I don't know if you know that. The fan, you know, we have, like, the most loyal / underground fan base ever. Yeah. And these people are basically, like, anonymous / like, crazy jiu-jitsu guys.
Right.
You know? So it's, yeah, they probably, I would imagine they never told them that. And, I mean, you got to be crazy to say, okay, we're going to go through with this deal when this is bad. This is all very bad.
It's not good. I mean, we're heading down this path of, I want to see the fighters make as much money as possible. And every time I see the UFC keeps trying to do stuff to take stuff away from them. And now, again, it's going to push people. Like, look at Phil Davis. He was probably more than happy to go to Bellator. If you can get your own sponsors, I'm going to want to go there. And then you can talk about Metamoris, too. Joe Lauzon just competed there. I want to go into a little more detail later, but at least he was able to wear his own sponsor at that event.
Yes.
And maybe now you're going to see a trend of more UFC fighters going over there because you can get some more money. It seems to make a little sense.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's funny. You thinking about this, like, it sounds like they've done a really good job restricting now their employees' ability to earn a living. And I think that's extremely dangerous because if you do have talented people that are in that situation, they're going to leave.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying, like, talented is, a guy can fight. And I'm saying a guy who's got his business sense and he's a smart, you know, like Rich Franklin, those kind of guys, like, someone like that who's got his shit together.
Perfect example, Uriah Faber. He
Yeah.
started 2 brands, I think Torque, and I forgot what the other brand is, but now he can't even promote his own shit.
Yep.
I was like, fuck, man. You know, the way they've gone about this is 100% the wrong way, and hopefully they could fix it. I think what they could do to fix this is just let Reebok own the backside of their shorts. You know, own the ass side.
Perfect.
Right?
Yes.
And then let the fighters own the front. Like, have a compromise somewhere. Because right now, it's just the UFC dictating what the fighters are making 100% now.
Yep.
They have no control. Because it's even the whole fight week. Whole fight week, you have to wear all the fucking Reebok bullshit.
Yeah.
And as of right now, I'm not impressed with any of the styles I've seen.
I agree.
It's I'm not going to say it's shit, but it's shit. Sorry. It is what it is.
I like the NASCAR style. Like lots of
I do
sponsors.
too.
Shit I've never seen. Who's that?
Exactly. What is this? It's flavor.
Yes.
You know, that's why I say it's vanilla UFC. Here we come. Who the fuck wants to see, oh, wow, look at this Reebok style. Look at that Reebok style. I want to see dynamic fastener. I want to see dude wipes. What the fuck is that? I want to see whatever it is.
Condom Depot.
Yes, I loved all that shit. And then this current event, who was it? Sam Alvey had some tan, spray tan on his chest. He got in big trouble for that one. But, hey, I appreciate the creativity of that man.
He got in big trouble.
You may not fight again in UFC, but you made a good point. And you did it in a way that it couldn't come off. They said they couldn't get that off. It's like, oops.
Oh, so they had to let him fight?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He probably did it on purpose.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just there needs to be a compromise. And right now it's just the UFC is dictating the terms of how much a fighter can make. I have problems with this.
Yeah. I feel like since the gladiator days, there have always been warriors and there's been backers of those. They're like taking that part out.
Yeah.
I think that dilutes the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And then what happens to all these brands that, you know, a couple of people were saying they would sponsor, I forgot what brand it was, but they said, you know, they sponsor a couple fighters, so you may pay $10,000 or $15,000. They have that fighter wear their gear, and you know, you give them a couple extra thousand if you get a shout out during the Rogan interview after the fight. And they said they couldn't even keep up with all the orders for the month. Like, that's how many orders would come in.
Wow.
So it's a big deal. This is going to hurt, you know, a lot of brands that have supported the UFC, and now the UFC is just, fuck you, everybody. It's just very weird. I feel like we're going down a downward spiral here. Like, where does it end?
Never. Well, unless they become like insolvent and they have to shut everything down.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I feel like I don't know what they're doing. Like, they have so many events, maybe because they're just trying to saturate themselves everywhere. So the brand is like the sport, you know, in a sense. Once this actually goes, the drug testing and this next 6 months can be interesting. A lot of things are happening. Is it possible for them to go out of business? Are they too big to fail?
I think the government will bail them out like a bank.
You think so, really? No.
No, but who knows, man?
I can bail them out. That'd be awesome.
Too big to fail the UFC. Yeah. It's hard to say, man. It's just, I'm getting a very, like, bad taste in my mouth now when it comes to UFC.
You are.
And I don't like it.
You only like sweet taste?
Yes.
Not bad taste?
Sweet ass taste in my mouth. And then you also sign your likeness away in perpetuity even after you die.
They didn't take that out of the contract?
I read that one again. Like, God damn, man. How can you win as a fighter? You've taken everything away now, so we'll see. Hopefully someone steps up, like someone in the UFC, and sues them. It'd be nice to see. The challenge is you need someone really high up to make a stink. The problem is everyone that's really high up has a deal with Reebok.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much. But
not John Jones. Sorry.
Not anymore.
Yeah. They took him off the cover of the UFC video game.
Good. They
Did
should.
you see that? Yeah. The digital copy, like if you go and look.
They scrubbed him from anything UFC.
Yeah.
Did they delete him out of the game?
No, he's still in there.
That'd be awesome. Fucking John Jones is no longer a playable character. until he gets his shit together. You just
He'll
try to
look
pull him
great
up
out.
and he's in jail. There's bars over his
That
face.
would be great. That would be great. No, he could
That's
probably sue them
classic.
for doing that.
I don't know. Why? It's the UFC. We make all the rules and laws. There you go.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with us. We're good, like the good fellas. Fuck you, pay me. Right?
Okay. There you go. That was pretty good, actually. The impressions.
We'll do whatever we want. We're the UFC.
Yes.
We put companies out of business. We buy them and then shut them down within a year.
Yes, they do.
Should we move along?
Please.
Get out of this
Yeah, I
shit
feel like
topic.
Beating this
I
to
really hate it.
living
really
death.
hate it. So, I guess Manny Pacquiao is having a little trouble now. There's been, at last note,
After the beating, you mean?
yes,
Oh, okay.
there were 18 class action lawsuits filed against him
Wow.
for, I
Impressive.
guess, not disclosing his serious shoulder injury, which he did have surgery on. But what do you make of this? Why is everyone suing him?
I feel like they knew. What do you mean? Why were there no ticket sales until like a week before the fight? It was probably like, can he fight? Can he not fight? Right?
I don't know.
Why else would they wait? Doesn't make sense. Getting sued? Whatever. How many times has the guy gone in and fought injured?
Well, how many hundreds of millions did he get? And what was your point? Why doesn't that happen in the UFC? Like, why is it just in boxing?
Yeah, I never said that. Yeah. I don't know. I think in the UFC it's happened every fight. Oh, yeah, I got this injury. Oh, I had the flu. Or
is it just the Brazilian injury excuse?
I don't know.
I'm from Brazil.
I'm injured.
My dick is broke.
Yeah.
And gross.
No, I don't know. It's crazy.
What else is going on? Do you want to talk about the rumored pay-per-view buy rate for the Pacquiao Mayweather fight? Right now, I think the early estimates on the low end, they're talking $4 million.
Okay.
On the high end, talking $5 million.
Wow.
So when we were first talking about how much money this fight would make, I was like, probably half a billion. Now I'm saying $1 billion.
$1 billion?
It's so ridiculous.
After all the sponsor money
It's so
and everything
ridiculous.
else?
$1 billion, one fight.
For like an hour.
One fight.
yeah.
It doesn't even make any sense.
The UFC's never going to, they're saying they're bigger than boxing. They're never going to get a fight together that's going to pull that.
Fuck no.
Never going to happen. Was there a fight that they could have made that might have happened? What, Fedor Brock Lesnar?
They would have done a lot.
But not no $5 million.
No, I think the
crazy.
biggest they did was 1.6.
What was that? UFC 100?
Probably. It was a Brock fight, and you had GSP. It's got to be UFC 100.
Yeah.
So 1.6 was the biggest UFC one. But if you did Brock versus Fedor Prime, maybe 2 back in those days.
Fedor Randy Couture? No.
Not as exciting. Or if you did any of the cross weight class fights, like the super fights that they always talked about, the GSP Anderson Silva, when both guys were prime, that could have done 2. Or if you did John Jones, Anderson Silva back when all the talk was going on, that maybe could have done 2. But I don't think we're ever going to see them eclipse 2. I just don't see it anymore.
It's a lot. Well, the fan base is a lot smaller too. So boxing has a huge, long history of fans. You know why? I don't know. But I mean,
because that was when you look back.
That's all
I don't know.
was.
30, 40 years, and there's 5 channels on. When boxing was on, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, fucking boxing.
Yeah.
I don't have any other choices right now,
Gotta
but
watch it.
boxing.
Yeah, that's true. The fan base is huge. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
The sport is still young too. You're only like 22 years in, so.
Yeah.
What else we got? Anthony Pettis injured out of his fight against Myles Jury here in Chicago.
Shocking.
We go again. Injuries.
Yes. That makes an already card in Chicago kind of like shitty now, right?
Well, it was all 155 and less anyway.
Yeah. That happened last time too. Why do we keep getting all the light guys? You don't think we like heavyweights in the Midwest?
Well, I think a lot of the Midwest guys are non-heavyweight, unless it was who's the one guy, Mike Russo.
Mike
but
Russo?
He's not, is he retired now?
No, he's fighting for Bellator, I think.
Is he?
I think so. I forgot. Or maybe he's retired.
I think he's retiring.
Is he retired?
I don't know.
Did he fight for Bellator?
No.
I don't know. Fuck if I know.
You have to have your finger on the pulse and go.
I don't know.
You're on top of your game.
I'm not. The coffee's wearing off. I had way too much coffee. Now I feel loopy.
It'll all work out in the end. Or not.
No, probably not.
Should we move along? Do you have any other news?
No. Do you want to talk about this card from last night?
Yeah, we could talk about one fight. That's all I really want to talk about.
The main event?
Sure.
Stipe versus Hunto. What was your take on this?
Well, Miocic fought a really safe fight, and good for him. Because why would you want to stand and bang and entertain the fans? Good for you, sir.
Yes.
A gentleman you are not.
That's a smart play, right?
Yeah, but not the one I want to watch.
You never
If
know
I want
what
to see. In my book, that's blasphemy, okay? If you're going to fight Mark Hunt, you need to stand and bang.
That's the rule.
Stand and bang.
It's in the contract.
Stand and bang.
Stand and bang only.
Anything else,
Is
blasphemy.
that the Kimbo Slice contract?
Yes, I'll no longer support Miocic. He's off.
Oh, come on.
I'm out. I'm out of his camp. That's it.
I don't know. He delivered a pretty one-sided ass beating.
He sure did.
It may not have been pretty, but it was an ass beating. So.
And he broke the record for the most strikes landed with 361. The previous record, Hoist Gracie versus Ken Shamrock from UFC 5.
Wow.
Or some shit.
Yeah. You got to remember who the competition is, though, too. He's basically fighting like a cinder block for a head. Like, you can hit this guy all day long.
Do you think this fight should have been stopped a little earlier than it was?
Yeah, like halfway. About halfway.
Like, oh my God.
Time. Yeah.
I don't even want to post this picture of Mark Hunt, but I might have to.
All, yeah.
Of the post-fight.
Terrible. He looks. I don't know
hurts
if this guy
my
can
feelings.
take this kind of beating. Like, and he didn't look himself. I don't know. Was he?
Well, I think the problem is too. He's got to cut so much weight. I don't know how much he's weighing. I'm gonna call it 300.
Wow.
And say he's cutting to 265. Again, it goes to the point. If you're a heavyweight, why do they have to fucking cut? That bugs me.
Yeah.
Just let them. Who cares? Does it really matter at heavyweight?
No.
It doesn't matter.
The 20, 30 pounds becomes a very small percentage of
Exactly. It shouldn't matter. Just make it open.
I'm with you on that.
You know, it's kind of ridiculous. But how about his corner, Mark Hunt's corner? Maybe throw a towel in.
Yeah.
I think we shaved probably 5 years off the guy's life.
Well, even wasn't Nick Diaz threw in the towel for Nate, right? When he took that ass beating. I think that, you know, those guys are as proud as they come. Like, you gotta like, at some point, you gotta say, that's it. It's over. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. This is not going our way. You know, sorry, Mark, but get out of there.
And even the ref, too. Like, it's from the corner, the ref.
Nobody stopped
Someone has to look out for the fighter, man.
Yeah.
Ref first, corner second.
But maybe they thought it was Mark Hunt, you know, whatever.
I know, but if you see the trend of... He comes out, he gets taken down, he can't get up, he gets pounded. He comes out, he gets taken down, he can't get up, gets pounded. Yep. Is anything going to change here?
The whole time.
Is it going to change? Probably not. Probably safe to throw that towel and save your fighter. Save your fighter.
Yes, they waited too long.
Yeah, so what do you think next for... It's tough because Miocic, you know, you can't have him fight for the title because you have... Verdum and Kane are going to square it off at some point. You have Brown and Arlovsky who are both fighting. I think maybe that's the matchup you make. So
could be. Winner
of that fight, Miocic. Loser of that fight, Hunt.
I like it, yeah.
Because I think Brown is 3.
You don't think Hunt's going to retire?
No, fuck no. He's got another fight in him.
Oh, my God.
I'd like to see him fight Arlovsky.
Oh, Jesus.
That sounds like a fun fight.
It does. It depends which Arlovsky we see. If we see the Arlovsky who's like moving around well, then that's trouble for Hunt.
But you know he's not going to take it down. That's what I want. You need someone, and that's what I'm looking for out of...
stand and bang?
Yes. And even Brown. I don't think Brown would take it down. Yeah. But he might be too much trickery.
Yeah, he is a tricky bastard.
It'll all work out. Moving right along. Ask the nuts.
These nuts.
Yes, these shaved nuts.
Yes.
Brandon Atowski.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Weinstein.
No,
not
yet.
Excited.
He would get last billing. Always, Brandon. Always last. Okay. Is Fight Pass, because you have a good question, that's why you're last. Is Fight Pass still a good move for the growing sport? It really upset my friends who don't want to buy in to the app.
I wouldn't know because I haven't checked it out, but you have. What do you
I think
say?
it's worth it, especially if you want to watch old fights. I mean, the search feature's not good.
Do they literally have everything or what?
They have a lot, but it's not exactly current. So they're probably, I don't know how many numbered events behind they are, but eventually it's going to make it there. So
Interesting.
And then you have some of these fights, like this current card was there. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go any deeper on here, I need to go back. I need to go back in time.
Okay.
Because there were some other events
Like
that
the
happened
song by
this
Huey
weekend.
Lewis.
Gonna go back in time.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. Glory 21.
Oh, you watched that?
Yes.
I did not see it.
I saw some of that. And guess who was in attendance? A swole Gabby Garcia.
Damn. That's scary. Wearing a dress just seems. She should do like a business thing. Like
Business casual or full
it's just
business?
Weird. No.
She's all business
That's
all
crazy.
the time.
That's too much woman or man. Maybe both.
A little ball. And then you have this picture, which cracked me up. It's like one of these is not like the other.
Okay, yeah.
And they all look like they're stoned as fuck in that
Yeah.
picture, but Goldberg,
Yeah, Maro's like
Vajros.
in everything. That guy does.
Yes.
He's a guy.
But, you know, there was a bit of controversy at the Glory 21. You had Artem Levin and Simon Marcus fighting for the middleweight title.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking Levin wants to play grab ass the whole fight. He's like, come on, I want to hold on. And finally, in the third round, the ref decides to take a point away.
Okay.
And
They can do that.
continues doing this.
Okay.
And in my book, at the end of the fight, I had Marcus winning 3-2, and that's not even taking into account the 1 point deduction. But the two of the judges scored it 47-47,
Mm-hmm.
and then the third judge scored it, 48-47 for Marcus, but Levin gets to retain his title because it was a majority draw.
Oh. Okay.
Like, that's kind of bullshit. Like,
Yes.
so you have one person thinks you won the fight, and then two say it's a draw, so you still keep the title.
Majority draw. That doesn't happen too often.
No, we saw it in some other fight. I forgot what it was. It might have been, was that BJ Penn, John Fitch?
Maybe.
That one was a draw. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
if it was a majority. It was,
It was that, or it was
something
like
weird.
the Edgar BJ Penn one, maybe.
I don't remember.
They have a draw. They did, didn't they? Yes. Or BJ Penn. I don't fucking know. It was one of
Just
There's
go
my
with
brain just not working.
It's all good. But there's some interesting fights going on. What else? Canelo versus Kirkland.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
Oh my God.
That was a crazy knockout.
I want to show it. I think I can just show the after picture, but
It's showtime. Fuck them. They don't care.
it was such a
Was it
beautiful knockout because Canelo throws a left to the body, and then as Kirkland drops his hands, he comes over with a right hook, connects flush on the jaw, and then ducks under the counter left hook, and then he just goes face down. It was so beautiful. I'm like, that is fucking poetry in motion right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I mean, that's when you see that in any martial art where they seem like they're in the Matrix.
Yes.
They're just like perfect.
Because you can't, like, I don't know if people have sparred before, but it doesn't, you're not moving out of the way of the punch. You're just guessing when to make your moves this way or that way. And it's like, fuck, man. When it works perfect.
It
Like
does.
Anderson Silva, you would see that a lot with him.
Yep.
Where he's just Matrix. What the fuck? Him and Forrest Griffin. Like, oh my God, what's going on?
It's like a combination of skill and luck.
Yes, it is.
So kinda like-
Because then you look
yeah.
at the same Anderson Silva trying to pull that bullshit with Chris Weidman,
Yeah.
but Weidman doubles up,
Yep.
and
Fucks it all
the
up.
way you're trying to get out of the punches doesn't work because you've doubled up on one side.
Yep.
So we got that going on, and then Metamoris 6.
Yes.
How
Lot of
weird?
draws.
Well, how weird is this that they don't invite fans to the event, and then they don't allow media to the event? What the hell is that about?
I don't know. It's a new thing. It's weird.
And then it was very Kumite, where it looked like an old 80s film, and they had the guys with the drums again.
Yeah. They were trying to go all like Bloodsport or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like, what the hell is going on?
They're creating drama, man.
I
Makes for
was
good television.
traumatized by it.
It's all good. Drama's good.
Yes. Yeah. And what do we have in there? You talk about the Lauzon fight, right?
Oh, dude, that was barn
scrambling, man.
I liked it because you know what? Amidst all the draws and everything else, those guys went for it. So it was nice to see, active, finishing jiu-jitsu versus like points or stalling or whatever. Or that's definitely new school. What you saw there.
Fuck yeah.
New school jiu-jitsu.
It was crazy, man. That was almost too fast for my little brain to watch.
But I think that's exciting to put on TV. That people even who don't know what that is would be like, wow, that's pretty impressive. But when it's a lot of slow, like technical shit, people get lost in that.
Yeah.
So you got to put those fights like on TV, like big time. Maybe the UFC can start doing it. I don't know. Why not?
Maybe they need to do something,
right? What's to stop them like from buying one of these small promotions and just injecting that in the broadcast or something? You know what I mean?
They should. Well, they should still do the Pride event in a ring.
Oh, yes.
Pride rules in another country.
Yes.
I'm still waiting. See, that's the thing I think that could save the UFC as we transition a little bit. But I want to come back to Metamoris.
I'm so confused. We were doing the news.
I know. I'm sorry. I forgot because there was a lot of there was so many fights that happened this weekend.
It's all good stuff.
The UFC, they could save the sport. Like we're talking about this. We're spiral. We're going down, but why not do that Pride event? You telling me people wouldn't pay? First off, the fighters want to fight that kind of style.
Absolutely.
Second off, the Reebok sponsorship is not going to go over to a Pride event.
No.
Yeah. And you can't do it in the United States because I think we have certain regulations.
Against juicing?
You probably need to go to Japan or maybe in Brazil.
No athletic commission.
Yeah.
None.
But you have a ton of fighters that want to fight that style anyway. Sure. Even like GSP and Rory McDonald are talking about they would love that kind of. They would even go no gloves, just fucking bare knuckle that shit. Headbutts, soccer kicks, stomp, whatever. Make it more realistic. So they could do this. They could do. I would pay big money. Would I pay $100 for a pay-per-view? Would you?
Pride?
Yeah, for a Pride event?
If it was stacked and it was going to
Stacked Pride event.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Charge us $100. Take my money now.
$99 for stacked ass card, old and new school.
And you
mix it all up.
Yeah, do one a year.
Yeah, why not?
Super Bowl
weekend?
No, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying like the Super Bowl of MMA.
Saturday before, it's Pride.
Shit, yeah. See, I'm gonna keep mentioning that, and hopefully it's gonna catch fire, and they'll do it.
We've talked about this for years.
I know. I'm gonna keep talking about it. It's gonna happen.
When you buy the UFC,
I will. I don't want it. There's too many problems. Yeah, they can take care of all their lawsuits.
Oh yeah, that too.
Well, we're gonna have more now with this Reebok shit
for sure.
Back to Metamoris. So how about this Josh Barnett? Smooth transition, number one. Josh Barnett here on Gracie. You see this match? I
did not see it. I've been waiting. Is there anywhere you can see it?
Yeah, just go to like the.
I read the
Reddit MMA.
Oh, they have it.
There's fucking all the fights around there.
Okay.
But we outweighed him by like 60 pounds.
Fuck it.
He's wearing his wrestling shoes and his little Speedo. If just once he got top position, it was pretty much survival mode. And
well, sure.
Fuck, what are you gonna do? And then he ends up winning by a toe hold.
Yep.
Like, good for him. Well, you got to give credit to Huron for taking the fight.
How long did that fight go? I didn't.
It was maybe 13 or 14 minutes. So
okay,
it was grueling. Like I'm on bottom, getting manhandled by a large man. This is not good.
Yeah, that's not fun. When somebody you roll with is much bigger than you, it's not cool.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu does not overcome strength in this scenario.
No.
This no-gi. But I don't know. I'm weirdly entertained by this Metamoris. I don't know what it is. I like watching the UFC fighters trying to operate in a different arena.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun. They should do more. They should keep it going as long as the UFC doesn't care. Seems like they don't.
Yeah, which is weird because especially Lauzon, he's like a month out from an MMA fight. Hopefully you don't get hurt. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Do they really care? It's all about the brand, not the fighter.
Yeah.
We'll just plug another person in.
Yeah, I mean, you could get hurt, but I think maybe for them it's like they figure it's sharpening their weapon. Fighters got to fight, right?
It's true.
Keep them sharp, keep them active, whatever.
Damn right. Back to Ask the Nuts.
Okay.
I'm shifting gears right in the
Time
fourth. Aaron Little Voice, did the Canelo fight last night make up for the Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao fight?
It did, but I didn't see it except for replay. So it would have been nice if we would have known about this ahead of time, because I feel like this got like overshadowed with all the other shit that happened last weekend.
I just caught the knockout. I turned it on right as the knockout happened. That's all I needed to see. And I was in, I'm out, trying to watch 3 different things at once.
Whoa, that's good
You
timing.
had fucking Fight Pass on the Xbox One. I'm flipping over to boxing, and I think I was
Can you do Fight Pass on your mobile phone?
fucking DVRing. You might be able to. I don't see why not.
Okay, that's interesting.
So did it make up for the 1 minute I saw it? Yes. Rodrigo Machado, is Daniel Cormier and Anthony Rumble Johnson really a main event? He says he's not sold on it. What do you think?
I want to say yes, but I'm skeptical. So I'm not sure what we're going to be watching at that point.
Well, it's weird because you have Weidman and Belfort are a co-main event.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, when you look at those 2 fights, which one's more exciting to you?
Weidman Belfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that should
move
be
that to the top.
Yes, they should look at. It shouldn't be weight class that dictates what the main event is.
It's for the belt, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is by weight. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying from what the fans want. I would
it is
say
for the belt, right?
It's a real belt. There's no interim.
Okay, gotcha. Just making sure. I wasn't clear on
Like,
that part.
fuck you, John.
That's it.
You just lost everything.
Taking your belt.
Yep.
Well, he has all the belts.
And your condoms, and your weed pipe.
And everything, yeah. And your women.
Yep. All that good stuff that they found. Ryan Smith, what is a better matchup, ATM? I guess that means ass to mouth in some circles, or at the moment, I'm not quite
Depending on how
sure.
you read that acronym, that's actually an interesting question. I'm going to have to think about which way I want to answer your
Yes. Yeah, well, like, better matchup, ATM. Stipe versus Kane Verdum winner, or Stipe versus Brown Arlovsky winner for the #1 contender?
I would say Kane Verdum, because both guys are skilled on the ground, so they're gonna have. It's gonna be more interesting. I think if you go the other way, there's nothing to stop Stipe from doing that again, which he just did.
Well, I think Stipe loses to Brown or Arlovsky if he fights either of those. And in fact, I am encouraging him to lose.
He's got a new enemy.
Exactly. If you beat one of my idols, I'll blaspheme you to the ground.
Yes, that's true.
No support from the Griffith.
Okay,
You're out.
That's fine.
You're out.
No problem.
Grudge. And last question. I hold
Yes.
grudges. John Jones. Ryan Smith. Alexandra Albu, hot or not? She's that one that's wearing all those thongs. She may even be found on our website if you search her out.
I would say hot, maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Yes. She looks like she does squats.
Nice.
Lots of them.
Nice.
Like
Squats are
that,
good.
who's that other broad? Angela Magana. She keeps posting ass shots. See, that's why Cyborg is the best. She's the one who said, if you're a female fighter, you need to just be posting ass shots. and Angela is the one who credited the Cyborg for posting all her ass shots. And I love it. That's what the internet is about. It's about if you're a woman, post ass shots constantly.
All day long.
Just try to win.
Okay.
And don't forget to use a razor. DollarShaveClub.com/MMANUTS.
Yes.
Shave your ass, ladies.
Yeah.
Your business, whatever needs to be shaved, get it done.
Yes, because it's not. It's a shave club for all human beings.
That's right. It's not just for men.
That's right.
It's for the ladies too.
That's the hair club. Just. Oh man, was that the last question?
Something like that.
Oh.
We're right on to fucking whatever else. You got any knowledge for this week?
Not really. Do you?
I'm just trying to think what else is going on. We've been watching Game of Thrones. It's a weird season.
Yes.
Weird season. I don't know,
Maybe
I
this
like
is the
it.
season I'm out. I don't know. We'll have to see how it ends. I'm like weirdly interested, but not that interested as I usually am. So
Yeah,
it's kind of strange. I don't know.
Video games. It seems like there's a lull right now.
Yeah, I've been reading tons of comic books, man. I've just been going through old catalogs. I'm not hip to the new shit, but like old stuff they have. You can get.
Are you buying the physical copies yet? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Not the fucking.
No.
Yeah. You gotta go old school.
Well, I liked it when I travel. I have some stuff I only read on the iPad.
Yeah.
But then there's a huge. I tried to do both, go back and forth, and I just kept going. Like I really like the book. I don't know why it's just that paper.
Yeah, you got the feel.
Yeah.
It's almost like holding money.
Yeah. And I even subscribe to or have a pull list for some current shit. I get the singles. So there's some good stories out there. Once you get the hang of, I didn't understand how to read the medium. It was a little weird at first, but how they build it up, especially if it's a long series, how they slowly develop it's interesting. It's hard to wait for the monthly though. It's really hard.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So you get something you read in 12 minutes, 15 minutes if you read slow and look at all the pictures real close, and then you got to wait a month for the next 15 minutes. Hard to remember what happens. So.
Can't even remember Game of Thrones is fucking hour long.
Yes.
Then I forget what happened. We're trying to sit here and talk about, hey, do you remember what happened? Oh no, and then the storylines get confused, and then I don't know, and then I have to watch the first 3 minutes to get the recap of, oh yeah, that's what happened last week, and then that guy fucked that guy, and then they killed that one, and I saw 2 pairs of tits.
What if they did that for TV shows? 15 minutes.
What's that?
Every two days, a TV show that's 15 minutes every 2 days. Just keep having to watch it. I think that would work.
Maybe.
Could they do that?
They can do anything. TV's dead.
Short attention span. And put it out on the web.
Yeah. Well, I like that HBO Go.
Yeah.
Ingo said, hey, check it out. It's easy.
Yeah, it's free. If you got HBO with your provider, you just log on, get your iPad or your Xbox.
Yeah, it's nice because it works through the TiVo, or I think it's even on Xbox One.
Yeah, Roku, all of that shit. They have it for most of that stuff. So pretty nice. Yeah, I'm more enjoying Silicon Valley, to be honest with you. Have you been watching it? I love that show. It's the best. The one guy they always make fun of just cracks me up. The weird guy that's running shit. Forgot his name. It's just funny. He's always happy. I think he's on drugs.
Probably. You should be.
Yeah.
It's a good way to go through life.
Yes, just be on drugs
Yes.
all the time.
Yes.
It's hard to function, I would imagine.
Yes. Can I say something else?
Yes. There you go.
That's it. Let's shut down.
Okay.
We're done.
That's been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith. Thanks for playing.
We're out.
Reverse doubles.